shit, don't you cheat on the D, I got a shotty on my dick. Yeah, we're riding out Tucky, yeah, we trying to hit a lick. Team of Motomo and gang is what we're repping what we did. Yeah, I'm trying to stack that yen, and I'm like, girls, I'm trying to get in. To these shotty hop in my bins, I don't care, just bring your friends.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the DurrellDT podcast. I'm your host, Durrell. Hope everybody's doing well. I'm your host that be doing the most. And yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, my phone. I need to get a new phone case. My thing is mash up. I need to get off. I think it was off Amazon. I need because I've got the OnePlus 3, and I think the OnePlus 7 might be out, or the OnePlus 6T. Like I'm way behind. But 2020 is doing the most. So yeah, it's all a bit crazy, but I hope everybody's doing well. I'm just we're trying to survive the pandemic. Let's see the first topic at hand. So it's come out now that Tom Holland is playing, is going to be the main, let me start that again, bruh, I'm bugging. Tom Holland's playing Nathan Drake in the Uncharted film, and I'm like, hold on, Tom Holland, like, don't get me wrong, he's a good actor, like he's good, he's on point, but them picking him, he's already doing Spider-Man. For me, when they convert games into films, they need to keep it animated, like, unless, well, I'll get into that to another point. But yeah, they need to keep it animated for me, because we're so used to the character, his voice actor, stuff like that. And for it to then progress and change into Tom Holland, I'm like, I see him as Spider-Man. And obviously there was controversy going on with the Spider-Man game where they changed it for the PS5 and Xbox Series. They've changed his look, and it's to make it look like Tom Holland. So, and then they've got what's his name, Mark Wahlberg as Sully, and they've just slapped on a moustache for him, and I'm like, bruh, like, what's going on? So yeah, here's the picture of him, Tom Holland. So it says here, a young Nathan Drake steadily hurtling towards his 30s thanks to the movie's lengthy delays. And in real life, I think Tom Holland's 24, 25. So I thought when they were casting Tom that he was going to be the young Nathan Drake, like child Nathan Drake, when we played as him in Uncharted 4. But then, just kind of making look young or something, but then he's actually playing the full-on Nathan Drake, and I'm like, I don't know. And Mark Wahlberg as Sully. Mark Wahlberg. Like, let me get the picture up. I'm like, yo, just because you slap on a moustache doesn't mean that it's gonna be a good Sully. Like, it's actually hilarious. Like, they just think, oh, let me slap on a moustache and it's all good. Yeah, so here he is here. I'm just like, huh? Like, what's going on here? Like, it's actually a violation. It's a violation. I don't know. For me, games that are made into films aren't good, unless the only exception I'm gonna say is Tomb Raider. Was when Angelina Jolie was playing Lara Croft. Like, I put my hands up. She looked good. So I'm like, yo, maybe that's exception. I'll make an exception. But for me, in the modern day era, Tomb Raider is not up there with Uncharted. Like, when people say Uncharted, they were comparing it to Indiana Jones. Like, Tomb Raider is its own thing. And it's just like, why couldn't they just get the voice actors from Uncharted? Naughty Dog, we already know, throw the bag at them, like Warner Brothers or something, throw the bag at them and be like, yo, I need you lot to write a script, do the same animation, here's the bag, we'll then distribute it or something, we'll have talks with Sony, we'll distribute it, here's the film. Like, because their cutscenes and stuff are already good in the game, in Uncharted series, so I'm just thinking all they need to do is just push it a bit more, make a movie script, and bang, done. Like, you know what I mean? It could be like Uncharted 5 but a film, you know what I mean? Like, it would still, for me, I think it would sell, like, because Sonic the Hedgehog, when that trailer came out and it looked like a flipping human dressed as Sonic, they changed it up because people were complaining, and they listened to the fans. So for me, like, the Uncharted fan base will still speak out, and it's just, I think this film's gonna flop. Like, I haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog, but the reviews, people said it was good. Like, people thought it was gonna fail, but they switched it up how Sonic looked. They said it's actually just a fun film. You've got Jim Carrey, one of the goats. So I actually need to see it. I still need to see it. So yeah, for me, it's just like, yo, just keep it animated, man. It's the same thing from when, like, last week when I saw the Pokemon Gritty trailer. Gritty trailer. I'm just like, yo, keep it like that. Keep it, you know, animated. It's still animated. They didn't go and make a real life Pokemon. It's just gonna be corny. So I don't know. I'm not looking forward to it. I'll probably like download it. I'm not paying to see this. Like, this is gonna be like, I'm still looking at Mark Wahlberg with his moustache on. I'm just like, what? Like, there's more to the character and stuff. And what was written in one of the articles was saying that Mark Wahlberg's preparing for stunts and all this stuff, so it's going to be action packed. I'm like, this ain't a Transformers film where there has to be explosions and stuff every second, but there still needs to be like character development, and I just don't see it from happening. But who knows? Sometimes reality is stranger than fiction, so who knows? But yeah, let's see what happens, man. I know social media is gonna, if it's trash, it's gonna get slaughtered on social media. Twitter's gonna have a field day. And Tom Holland's he's preparing to shoot the new Spider-Man anyway, so he's gonna be in it's a cocktail for disaster. Like, I don't know. The recent film I saw was Peninsula, the sequel to Train to Busan. Trash. Right, so next one, Twitch, DMCA. Yo, Twitch are moving militant. They're like, Twitch again. They're literally saying, look, you come to my platform, you abide by my rules. And then they started hearing that what's it, the IRAA were like, yo, we see that you're playing music on our platform, take it down. And then, like, yo, they're just deleting content. So basically, this article here, I'm like, yo, if I was a Twitch streamer and that was my like income and whatnot, I'd be pissed. So Twitch streamers are getting DMCA takedown notices again, and this time it appears to be a bloodbath. So Twitch's music problem has flared up again, and the company sending DMCA warning notices en masse to its massive population of streamers. The news was spotted by the indefatigable esports consultant Rod Slasher, who posted news of the impending takedowns on Twitter. This guy before, he was banging on about how he knew about why Dr. Disrespect was banned, and to this day he ain't said why. So I'm like, yo, you got to take what he says with a pinch of salt. But the Twitch DMCA bloodbath has begun as hundreds of partner streamers have received emails from Twitch as DMCA takedown notifications. But there's some funny stuff going on here. First, Twitch is telling streamers that some of their content has been identified as violating copyright, and that instead of letting streamers file counterclaims, it's deleting the content. Second, the company is telling streamers it's giving them warnings as opposed to outright copyright strikes. So it's looking big. For me, if your sole income is Twitch and YouTube, especially Twitch, just don't even attempt to play any music, especially from these big artists. Like, just don't play it. Just have white noise. That's it. Nothing. Like, if you need to, obviously copyright free music, you need to check as well, because next thing you know, you're getting hit with, like, imagine that, like, you're playing apparently copyright free music, you go to sleep, wake up this morning, you see like emails, you're just like, what's going on here? People subscribing? Nah, email from Twitch, your stuff's been deleted because of copyright. And you're like, yo, all the clips, all your highlights gone. I'll be fuming. And the thing is, you've got no grounds for like you to win, because obviously the music you're playing isn't owned by you. So it's peak. But I don't see this going away for ages. Like, the fact that obviously these record companies or whatnot know that their artist music's being played on Twitch now, they want revenue, and these streamers have to find a different way to play music, because it's not looking good at all. I know there's some Twitch streamer that creates music for streamers to use, but then see, there's pros and cons. You're not getting copyright, but then the music, you might be thinking, yeah, this ain't a vibe, I don't like it. So then you know those moments when you're streaming and you're not talking, but you want music to play. You need to have the right music playing, because it's like, let's say you were talking for ages. Let's say, like, even though like streaming is different, let's say you're talking for a good solid 3 minutes, and then like you're just taking a break. Someone tunes in. Right that second you stop talking, you don't have music playing. It's just you looking at a blank screen, queuing up on Apex Legends, and the viewer's gonna be like, "Rah, this is kind of dead, this stream." So they would click off. So it's weird, because the other day, like, I was streaming, hardly stream, don't really stream. Someone followed. I had someone follow, but they joined because of my Twitch title, and they were laughing at it because I had Cold Hands FC and it was bloody cold, and they were laughing at it. And then obviously one of my friends was in chat as well. So it's like, this Twitch stuff. I'm going on a tangent here, but let me just I'll just finish. Yeah, is you need to have stuff that's catchy for Twitch, and you don't really get, like, the fact they're not letting people counterclaim. It's like, yo, you have to stick by the rules. Like, there's nothing you can do, and there's no, like I said ages ago, there's nowhere else you can go. Twitch is the head of this streaming thing. I don't see them going away. They're already adding sports to it. So yeah, it's peak, because I know there's big streamers that's got thousands of clips. Like, people, their viewers clip all their stuff all the time, and people might even get their channels deleted because of music they're playing. It's funny, because artists, there's certain like big artists that would say to a streamer, like the streamer would at them saying, "Oh, can I play your music?" Let's say, for example, it was like Travis Scott. Someone would at him, and then he will reply, "Oh yeah, you can use it. I'll give you permission." It doesn't matter. It's still the record company, whether, you know, it's Sony and whatnot. The record companies that own the music, so the artists don't own it. They don't own their all their rights to their songs. So yeah, it's all good. You get in Twitter reply saying, yeah man, use my music. Then you wake up next morning, all your videos gone. You're thinking, hold on a minute, what's going on? Travis Scott told me I can use his songs. So yeah, for me, if I'm trying to grow in there, I think, you know what, I don't want to risk it. Or if you're not, you know, you haven't blown up on Twitch, just delete the clips if you know that there's, you know, music playing on them. Not worth it. Like, for me, I feel that they got a warning from these big companies that said, yo, Twitch, we see that your streamers are playing music. We give you 1 day to delete them. If not, we're suing. So they didn't bother give these Twitch streamers any like leeway. They just woke up and their content's gone. So it's a bit peak. And this, it flipping leads on to this Twitch streamer, this Twitter, someone tweeted out called Alex Hutchinson. It's a shit take of the week. He came out and said, and this just had me laughing, because I was thinking, there's certain games that are free though. So what are you talking? Like, he was talking out of his ass. So he said streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they use music they didn't pay for should be more worried by the fact that they're streaming games that they didn't pay for as well. It's all gone as soon as publishers decide to enforce it. I'm like, but like Warzone's free, Rocket League was free. What else? Apex Legends is free. So what's he talking about? Like, huh? And then he said, the real truth is streamers should be paying the developers and publishers of the games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for the content they use. I don't know who hurt this individual. I really don't understand what he's talking about, because he's the creative director, Montreal Studios. Previously Journey to the Planet, Far Cry 4, Assassin's Creed 3, Spore. Like, this guy is involved in the gaming community and he's talking out of his ass. When I saw that, I was just like, nah, this guy is bugging out. Like, it's a hot shit take. It's a shit take. I'm just like, come on, bro. Come on, man. Like, certain games, like, if it wasn't for streamers, I wouldn't know about Among Us. Among Us came out in, I believe, 2017, and hardly anyone, I think it was 2017, yeah, not hardly anyone was playing it. And then suddenly I saw Twitch streamers talking about it. My friends were like, oh, yo, do you want to play Among Us? I'm like, yeah, I've heard of it, but, you know, why is it? I see that it's blowing up on Twitch. I see that there's someone part of the, what's her name? She's part of the government in America. She was like, oh, yeah, I'm going to stream on Twitch, play Among Us. I'm thinking, yeah, AOC calls for, oh no, wait, what's her name? Let me find her. But anyway, this Alexandria, yeah, US representative, she was playing Among Us the other day with like Pokimane and stuff. I'm telling you, these big Twitch streams like Pokimane, Trainwreck, like Summit, Shroud, like these lot could have replied to these, you know, important individuals on Twitter, get a reply. Like, it's just wild. It's wild how you can have virtual clout. I say virtual because the reason you blew up was because of either you were playing a game, you were streaming it, stuff like that. Like, it's not like you were an actor, an author, you know, blah blah blah. And it's just crazy. Like, the internet is a funny place, and it's, for me, that's why it's like when all of this internet stuff is off and you're with yourself in your room, you know, I'm crazy as well. I'm talking to a flipping webcam in 1080p. Like, okay, I'm going on a tangent again, but yeah, making a point. Alex Hutchinson, he had a hot shit take. I just wanted to bring that up because it was linked to, you know, Twitch and stuff. I don't know what he was on. I don't know who hurt him. I don't know what he was banging on about. What point he was trying to get across. I hope like these game developers don't suddenly get some idea where it's like, you know what, I thought, I was worried that I was actually worried for that. I thought this would catch on, but I'm so glad it didn't. I don't know if anyone's listening. You remember when anyone's listening? Because, you know, we low key, we underground. Don't know if we don't really get much viewers around here. When, if anyone's listening to this part, when FIFA, let's say, I think it was FIFA 15 or 16, used to release their game and you had to buy, if you didn't buy, you know, the game completely new, you then had to buy an online code to play online. And I was like, yo, what is EA playing at? And that happened for, I think, 3 games. And then they stopped doing it. And I was like, thank you, Lord. Because I was thinking, if this is what the road of online gaming is going to go down, because you have to buy the game, buy then the online code, pay for PlayStation Plus, let's say if it was still continuing, and which ain't worth it anyway. It's like, and I ain't even, let's say you haven't even bought the console yet. Let's say you just bought the game and you're like, okay, I'm going to get the console like afterwards, whatnot. You're forking out cash money. And it's, I'm so glad I didn't catch on. I hope it doesn't, because there's always EA, especially with like, I don't play FIFA anymore, but they were banging on about, I'm so glad the government are pushing for that loot boxes are classified as gambling, because Ultimate Team has destroyed FIFA. I don't want to talk about all the games, but yeah, I'm so glad that's being pushed. So the next one, this one was wild as heck. So I was like looking up podcasts and stuff on YouTube, and then I saw that a YouTube channel was interviewing some hacker that his Twitter handle is called Some Nerd Liam, and he was talking about how to, it says here, how to delete 99.9% of your digital footprint from the internet. And the stuff that he talks about is like really good, but I know for a fact like no average like human is going to go through all of these steps, because it's talking about go through each email you can think of that you've used in the past 10 years. You'll want to recover them if you've lost access so that you can access other websites that you've signed up for, deleting old accounts from forgotten services. Now look through the service for delete account function by searching delete plus service. Check if your information has already been compromised. It says here you should see possibly paste bin links of underground databases publicly accessible on the internet. Like, you've got to go real dumpster diving. But like I said, if it's your privacy, you'll do that, innit? You'll search through the trash. But then the last part, there was like, I was reading through it, and then there was a part here that said, so it's step 10B. Hackers will use your old information to do some of the analyzing in retrospect to piece together who your social circle is to find a vulnerability. Anyone can be attacked. You just haven't been a target yet. Defend yourself through prevention. Don't believe me? And then he sent a web link and then said, this is nothing. Very simple with the tools everyone has access to. So I saw it before and I was like, yo, like, what's going on? So it says here, the reflection in a pop star's eyes hold a selfie stalker exactly how to find her. Yo, huh? I'm thinking, nah, that can't. So it was wild. So it says in September, a Japanese man was arrested for reportedly stalking a pop star and attacking and groping her at her home, according to the Japanese news organization NHK. Random. If anyone hasn't seen Welcome to the NHK anime, I can't recommend it enough. 10 out of 10. It's like a slice of life thing, but it's short. I think it's only like 20 eps. Elite. Like top 3 anime for me. Actually, you know what? Top 2, and there might not be 2. It's wavy. Anyway, it says here, allegedly this man found the woman's home by studying photos she posted on social media, observing a train station reflected in her eyes, finding that train station using Google Street View, waiting for her at the train station, and following her home. The man also reportedly learned more about where the woman lived by studying videos she posted from inside her apartment, observing her curtains and how light came through her windows. I don't understand. The level that some people will go is sickening and it's frightening as well. So it says you may not be a pop star, but it's still cautionary tale about how tiny details in your smartphone photos could be used to figure out one of your most private pieces of information where you live. So maybe avoid sharing photos taken right nearby your home or en route you frequent. You may also go to settings and turn off automatic geo-tagging of your photos so that GPS coordinates aren't included in the metadata of every single photo you take. That's true, because like when you post like photos and stuff on Insta, it can do like add the location. Sometimes I think it's worth not, especially if you're still going to be there in like a few hours. That's wild. That's flipping crazy. My man's looking at reflections, you know. We ain't talking about a mirror. My man's looking in the reflection of eyes in a photo. He going to extreme depths. That man went to the depths of hell and thought, you know what? Fuck it. That's wild as hell. Wild as hell. That's why certain people just don't have... I can understand why people don't have Insta or any like social media, especially Facebook and stuff, where you'll be taking photos and it's like, oh, do you want to share where you are at the moment? Or even when you've got like Google as well on your phone and it's telling you where you were 5 minutes ago, it's like, yo, I didn't have my location on. I didn't have any of my data on my location and you're telling me where I was 5 minutes ago. Like, I can't even remember what I had last night for dinner, but it's like these phones will be telling you everything. So yeah, it's wild. It's you just gotta be careful out there, man. You gotta be careful with your data and stuff, because these individuals be doing the most. So I was like actually think about it. Like, imagine you're with like your family and stuff. Let's say Christmas and whatnot. Let's say there was like none of this COVID stuff. Taking photos, you were out in, you know, the town center or something in the city, taking photos of your family, posting them straight away. Then you notice that, let's say like a few days before, someone followed you on your social media and you're like, okay, whatever. Randoms will always follow you on your social media. Take a photo and stuff, you share it. Oh yeah, I'm at this location. Oh no, you didn't even put that. You didn't even put the location. You just take photos and share them. And then you start getting reply. People will say, like, close friends that you know would reply to your photo, say, no, lovely, nice picture, you look good. And then someone else replies, oh, I was just there a few minutes ago. And you'll be thinking, okay, maybe it's coincidence. And then you take like another photo or something, like in a shop or something. And then they're like, oh, did you order, let's say it was like a certain meal or something that you knew, or like only this restaurant was like providing, or a certain landscape. And you're thinking, they were like, oh yeah, it looks nice when let's say the person was like, oh yeah, the moonlight looks nice when it's passing this building. And you're like, how could they tell when I took this of just like me and there's nothing really behind me? Then you start panicking and stuff. You're not thinking, yo, it's kind of weird, dog. Like, or you're taking a photo near you. Let's say it was just like a sunset or something. Then they're like, oh, that place awfully looks nice in autumn, especially when, let's say they say, I don't know, a certain car that's always parked on your area or something, or like say a landscape or something that's just instantly recognizable. And you're like, yo, like you go home, you lock up everything. You're thinking, nah, man, this is weird. Like, that's the thing with online, because you can still be involved in so many people's lives, but then you can have like be anonymous as well. You don't have to show your face. And that's why like with online Twitter, like when someone has an anime profile picture, they just get stigma, like the stigma already. It's like, yo, you're a weirdo. You're seen as a weirdo. Whatever you say is irrelevant. We don't care. It's like Stephen A. Smith. We hear you, but we don't care. Like, it's just like, yeah, not all the time is post what you're doing or what you've done. And that's the thing as well with online. Like, people think if you don't post it online, you haven't done anything. Like, so you might not have gone a certain place today, done a certain thing, learned a new skill, blah, blah, blah. It's just they think, oh no, it always has to be posted online. It's like, no, not all the time, man. Not everything. Not every time. It's for me, I don't really like the Insta stuff. For me, I feel Facebook is the worst social media, and Instagram is up there. But for like photography and stuff, it's still elite. But if you're like, for me, it's just like if you're posting on there and you're looking for like always getting likes on your like selfies and stuff all the time, it's just like, all right, what else you gonna show us? Like, it's not everyday selfie, innit? It's just, bruh. I don't know. Like I said to one of my like close friends, I was like, yo, you're good with a camera. Like you're good at taking these literally these beautiful scenery photos and stuff, and you're good with like this with Photoshop. I'm like, yo, why don't you like do that on the side, like a side hustle or something? Or you're one of those people that take photos for like weddings and stuff. I'm like, bro, I've seen your pictures and stuff, they're elite, but I don't know if it's self-doubt or it's laziness. Like this person knows who I'm talking to, yeah. It's just like, I don't know. But then again, with me as well, I could say the same. It's like, yo, I'm all right with like video editing, but then I'm not taking it serious. So I don't know. Maybe it'll come back to bite me in the ass. I don't know. But everyone's chasing their, like I said, there's paths to success, but I can't see an arrow. So I'm just trying to, find my way through. But yeah, don't post everything, people. Don't post everything. And the next one, this one as well, the bros were telling me, and I was cracking up. All right, let me see if I can open this, because my light source is in the way. I need to get a stand for this, because this is not the vibe at all. One of the bros literally sent me something on the group chat. Oh no, he flipping messaged me some motivation. I don't know what video he sent, but I'm gonna view that afterwards. Actually, let me just reply at the moment. Recording the podcast at the moment. Gonna watch in sec. So yeah, the got a group chat, and it was talking about one of the bros sent a link about how much you've spent on League of Legends skins. And I was, obviously, I've literally only played probably 5 games League of Legends. Hell, if people want to go, oh no, well, hold on, put the glasses on. People are going to be like, well, actually, Durrell, you've played 15 games and you played for at least for half an hour. Like maybe like max 10 games. Like I did not play that. Like the bros banged out League of Legends, and basically, one of the friends was telling me that you could obviously buy skins and stuff in the game, but then I said, could you over time just play the game and then automatically earn like coins or something, and then just use that to buy the skins? And he said no, and I was like, raw, that's what Riot Games are on. That's what they like. I was like, okay, that's no wonder they get away with murder. And he sent a link saying that said how web link that said, how much have I spent in League of Legends? So it's like, are you looking to find out how much money you've spent in League of Legends? Well, you've come to the right place. Here's how much you've spent. So I don't know how they calculated it and stuff. And one of the bros sent like the link and stuff, how the money that's equivalent, real life money that's equivalent to, I think, RP points or something like that. But it was on my Twitch stream, and I can't go through all of that now. So anyway, a lot of the friends were sending how much they've spent. And I'm seeing high figures. High figures, grands. So one of the bros, like, actually, okay, this individual is a friend of a friend. Let's put it that way. Or yeah. Friend of a friend. But this individual is kind of a weird one anyway. He's kind of, the anime figures and stuff like that, anime figurines. He's a funny individual, kind of weird individual. And the money that he spent on it, and I quote, I can't show the chat, but it says £2,938. £2,938. Now, if people don't want to do the math here, I'll do it for you in this current time. So £2,938 is equivalent to $3,832. I repeat, $3,832.39. So I'm just like, huh? And that's just one account. We got to take into account that's one account. We don't know if he has other accounts. I didn't bother ask because what I saw was horrifying. And then he also said I expected it to be close to 3.5. I'm like, yo, £3,500 British pounds. I was like, yo, what's going on? And then the other friends were they were calculating. Like one of the bros tried to get out of it. He's like, what's in the past is the past. Just leave it. And I'm like, nah, we got to see this. So his one was one of the other friends was 1,041. I'm like, that's still a lot. The other one was £937. He tried to drag down one of the other friends saying, I swear you have 5 accounts. Who knows? They probably got burner accounts. One of the other bros was 1,709. I know for a fact that one of my friends there, he definitely he has other accounts because he always was the person making other accounts. I know for a fact he has other accounts. And the thing is, an average League of Legends game, don't it last 40 minutes to an hour and a half? It's like, bro, that game, man, it's a myth. Unless you're going into esports and stuff, it wasn't worth it. So yeah, I don't think I missed out anyone, but I'm just like, yo, is that what Riot Games do? That's exploitation, that's extortion. You can't. For me, it's no matter how much I hate Street Fighter, they still allowed you to just play the game and then earn, what's it called, points and stuff, whatever, to buy the costumes. It might take flipping, a few months or whatnot, but you can still eventually earn points as long as you win games and stuff to get the to get a skin or a costume. But Riot Games were like, nah, fuck you, mate, fork out your cash. So they moving foul, man. They're moving mad foul. And the last two topics was PayPal accept Bitcoin and Elon Musk driving cars. All I'm gonna say, yeah, is that the future is here. The future is here, and if you're not on the train, you're being left behind because Elon Musk is. I love it. I love to see it. The bro was sending me the video about the self-driving cars, and I was laughing because I was like, before obviously manual, then automatic, and then now we don't even need a driver there. It's just imagine imagine in the future you're going to a club or whatever. Soon it will be robots serving you drinks. You just waved your mash up. You're like, oh, I got to order an Uber. So you're just yeah, on your phone. Car pulls up. It's I've arrived. You know when they put in an Uber, they send you a message, I've arrived. Pull up, and you're head's gone. And then you look through the door, and the car, whatever, and you're like, wait, hold on, I don't see no one there. So you're looking, no one's in the driver's seat. You're like, wait, is this actually for me, bro? You're just yeah, get in now. Car's driving on its own. I don't know. For me, that's how I feel it's gonna be, because before obviously UK was complaining about Uber taking black cab jobs and stuff, but it's the future, so I don't know. That's wild, man. Self-driving cars, if you low key think about it, that's actually elite. Self-driving, when I saw the video, I don't know if I can find it, one of the bros sent it, I was like, the way it's it tracks the speed as well, and then obviously observes about the traffic and stuff coming from different directions, one way, the speed it needs to take once it turns, if there's if there's humans that's going to be crossing the road and stuff. I'm like, yo, clear, the future is here. And I told bro about PayPal, how it was wavy from years ago, and now they're accepting Bitcoin and stuff. crypto is the wave, and I'm not talking Apex Legends. So yeah, with that, I'm done. See you lot in the next ep. Deuces.